Hey Mixers, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. I am filming this before the Saturday games have been played, so we can't really review those until the next video. We'll just do that in the next video, but we can review the plays from Friday. I'm sorry I kind of led you astray on a lot of them. We did get a couple wins here and there. I ended the day pretty good, but I'll tell you how I did that. So let's jump into that. I do have 4 best bets for you today. So if you want to get in the mix for today's plays, just comment hashtag in the mix, choose 2 of those best bets to hit. And if they do, you'll be put into that drawing for the cash giveaway. All right, let's jump into that recap. Okay, so first of all, I gave you Natasha Cloud over 9.5 rebounds and assists. She had 6. This one was absolutely stolen from us. Emma Miesemann came into the starting lineup for Marine Johannes, who had been in the starting lineup. And she just was rebounding and assisting like crazy. I think she had like 12 or 13. She just absolutely stole all these rebounds and assists from Natasha Cloud. So, it was Emma's fault. We're going to blame her for that one because I think the read was spot on. Sabrina was doing great at rebounding and assisting, and Emma Miesemann also had an incredible day assisting and rebounding. So that was her fault. Skylar Diggins over 20.5 points and assists. That was, I guess, my fault, but she only took 3 shots and she missed all 3 of them. She sat most of the game because she was so horrible. She did come in the last couple of minutes to try to get the win, which I thought was interesting. I would have just left her out. Because she'd been playing so badly. She did get there with 6 assists, though. So she had 6 assists and went over her assist line, but she just had 0 points to back that up. Gabby Williams played great. She had 16.5 points in rebounds. Well, that was the line. Sorry. She ended with 17. I was wondering if they were going to stat correct that or not, because so I was watching the game and she got a rebound that was more like a steal, and they credited it as a rebound, and then they switched it to a steal. And then late in the game, towards the end, there was a rebound that came off the backboard. She had literally both hands on the ball and brought it down, but then kind of like couldn't control it. And they didn't count it as a rebound at first, but I think that they went back and stat corrected that to a rebound. And that's what pushed us over this line. Now the line moved down throughout the day. It moved down to 15.5 and I rebet it. So I actually had already cashed and I didn't care about that little stat correct. But that last minute stat correct or whatever it was did push us over this line. The points was the play there because she got most of this in points. And then Courtney Williams over 10.5 rebounds and assists. She had 7. I'm not really sure that there's any kind of excuse here. I think it was a good game on both sides of the ball pretty much. Shakira Austin played well, which I knew she was in a good spot. She didn't quite go over her 13.5 points. Well, that line never dropped to 13.5 points, at least not that I saw. So I didn't end up betting it. But I did tell you guys in the video that if it did drop to 13.5, I probably would bet it. Luckily, I didn't because she ended at 12. And then Nneka Ogwumike over 6.5 rebounds. I knew she was in a smash spot here, and she did have 9. One thing to note for the Seattle Storm, Brittany Sykes, we were expecting her to take minutes from Erica Wheeler mostly. And what she ended up doing was taking minutes from Erica Wheeler, Skylar Diggins, and Easy Magbagor about equally. So she took a bunch of minutes from each of them early on. And then once Skylar sat, obviously, most of her minutes came from Skylar. But that's not going to be the case all the time. So we still don't really have a good feel for their situation there. All right, so that brings us up to a total NBA run of 87, 64, and 2, which is 57.62%. And let's jump into the plays for today since none of the games for Saturday have been played yet. So here is the slate. First, we have the Lynx at the Liberty, which I think is going to be a great game. Mystics at the Wings, which I also think is going to be a great game. The Dream at the Mercury. I could give or take that one, but I do have a pick from that game. And then we aren't getting full lines for the Storm at Sparks yet, which is going to be a great game. I want to attack some spots there. And then the Sun at the Aces, which, who knows? I could end up sitting that one out because it is the Sun. And I did bet on Tina Charles the other day, and she screwed me over. So I might just stay away from that game. I'm not sure yet. But the lines haven't fully come out yet either for that game. So the first best bet we have here is in the Lynx game against the Liberty, and we're taking Dejanai Carrington over 10.5 points. She is our thumbnail today. She's over 100% of games since she joined Minnesota, 13 and 12. And these were pretty good defenses, the Storm and the Mystics. The Liberty are a much softer defense. I think Dejanai Carrington should have a field day here, especially without Napheesa Collier in the lineup. So when Napheesa Collier comes back, obviously, be careful with Dejanai Carrington's lines. But while she's off the court, I think Dejanai should play really well. When Paige was off the court, Dejanai was getting 14, 15 points a game. So I actually expect her to get up to that with this Lynx team as well, especially against the soft matchup. And then Paige Bueckers over 8.5 rebounds and assists. If they keep giving us this line, we're going to keep taking it. We always back Paige at home, guys. Always, man. She plays so well at home. And so she's going to clear this line. I have no doubt in my mind about it. They're giving it to us because the Mystics are a decent defense against rebounds and assists. But Paige went and had 16 against them the last time that they played. She's over 70% of the time at home. And she like almost doubled this line against the Mystics the last time they played. So yeah, we're taking Paige. Next one here is going to be Sonia Citron over 21.5 PRA. Her PRA is usually between 19 and 21. And I don't understand. Brittany Sykes is gone. This line should be 25.5. So yeah, I expect her to get this easily against the Wings. She's over in 60% of games without Brittany Sykes already. This Sky game that she missed was a blowout loss. And then this, obviously the Lynx game, that's the toughest team in the league. So I think she's in a great spot here against the Wings, who do allow a lot of points. I also like Shug Sutton, and I like Shakira Austin over their points lines as well. I may or may not bet those, but I think you could take those and feel just fine about it, because I think there's going to be plenty of points in this game against the Wings, who allow a lot of points. Also, just a little side note on Shug Sutton. I see a lot of YouTubers who call her Sug Sutton. It's Shug, like sugar. It's a very common, it's very common. So I don't know why everyone's saying Sug Sutton. It bugs the absolute living crap out of me. It is Shug Sutton. All right, moving on. We're going to go with Naz Hamilton over 7.5 rebounds. She's over in 80% of games without Brittany Griner, which is only 5 games. And she only missed by 1 in the game that she went under. So that was a hook. So she's going into Phoenix, and we already know Brianna Jones plays better at home, and Brittany Griner plays better away. So I'm hoping for that same kind of usage split here, where Naz Hamilton gets the away minutes and gets those rebounds. She did already have 9 against this Mercury team previously, but that was a home game. So I don't know. We'll see. I like this line a lot. I'm betting it. I'm also betting the 6.5 line probably. Because you can get it for a decent payout at 6.5 on a lot of these apps. So let's review that really quick. I have Dejanay Carrington over 10.5 points, Paige Bueckers over 8.5 rebounds and assists, Sonia Citron over 21.5 PRA. Also look to her fantasy score when they put that line out. It's not out right now, but if they put it out anywhere around 24, 25, I probably want to take it. Anything higher than that, then I'd really want to dig in and look at it before I take it. And then Naz Hamilton over 7.5 rebounds. We are going to be having some added picks from the Seattle Storm LA Sparks game, but I just don't know what yet. Those lines are not out fully, and they probably won't be out until later tonight since the Sparks are playing today. And then in that Connecticut Sun Aces game, I may or may not have a play, but watch that pinned comment because I'm probably going to add something there from at least one of these games. And then if you want to get in on the cash giveaway, like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and comment down below, hashtag in the mix, choose 2 of those best bets. And if they hit, we will give away some cash. I feel really good about this slate. So let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if there's any players that I've missed that I should be taking a look at. Thanks, guys.